Hi class. Today we're going to have a look at a very short section, section 3D, rationalizing the denominator. Learning intentions. To understand that the third multiplied by itself gives a whole number. Okay, this means square root of something times itself gives you a whole number x. To note that rationalizing the denominator refers to converting an irrational denominator to one that is rational. Okay, we're gonna get into it later. Lastly, to be able to rationalize the denominator. All right, some background information. As you know, it is easier to add or subtract fractions when the fractions are expressed with the same denominator. In a similar way, it is easier to work with thirds when they are expressed using a whole number in the denominator. The process that removes the third from the denominator is called rationalizing the denominator, because the denominator is being converted from an irrational number to a rational number. Rationalizing a denominator involves multiplying by a number equivalent to 1, which changes the denominator to a whole number. For example, x on square root of y, this denominator is a third that is irrational, and we want to rationalize it. By doing that, we're going to multiply this fraction by a number that is equivalent to 1, which is root y over root y, because root y over root y is just equivalent to 1. Okay, so we do that, and we multiply them together. X times root y, which is 8 root y, and the root y times root y is just y itself. Okay. Example 1, rationalize the denominator in the following. So we have our root x as a third on the denominator, which makes the bottom irrational. So to make it rational, we just need to multiply by root 2 over root 2. Because you got to be mindful that this number times itself will give you a whole number. So that's why I picked root 2 over the root 2, okay? Just to try to get rid of this. So I have 3 root 2 over root 2 times root 2. I'm showing the working out just help you understand. You don't have to show this step. Instead, you can just show the answer straight away, which is 2. Okay, 3 root 2 over 2. All right. 3 root 2 over 2. Next one, 4 root 3 over root 7. So 4 root 3 over root 7. Again, I'm just going to multiply by root 7 over root 7. So on the top, I have 4 root 3 times root 7. And over root 7 times root 7 is just 7 itself. So 4 root 3 times root 7, which gives you root 21 over 7. Okay. And the square root of 21 is already in its simplest form, and it can't simplify anymore. All right, C, 2 root 5 over 3 root 2. 2 root 5 over 3 root 2. So I'm going to times root 2 again. I don't have to times 3 root 2 because root 2 would sufficiently make this rational, okay? So root 2, let's have a look. 2 root 5 times root 2 on the top. 3 root 2 times root 2 on the bottom. Okay, on the top, you have 2 root 5 times root 2, which is root 10. On the bottom, 3 times root 2 times root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is just 2. Okay. And 2 times of root 10, 3 times 2. So that's a common factor. Simplified. So 1 times root 10 over 3 times 1, 3. Okay. So the final answer is just root 10 over 3. Okay. D, 2 minus root 7 over root 7. Okay. So this one, we're going to multiply by root 7 over root 7 to get rid of root 7. So brackets 2 minus root 7 times root 7 over 7 squared, which is 7. All right. If you multiply by root 7, remember this entire thing is multiplied by root 7. Okay. Don't just do it as 2 minus root 7, 2 minus 7. That's not right. It's this entire thing times root 7. Okay, let's expand it by using distributive law. So that, so 2 root 7, take away root 7 times root 7, which is 7 over 7. Okay, so that's your final answer. E. All right, E. Again, you have root 2 on the bottom. So no matter the top, how many no matter how many thirds are on the top, it doesn't matter. As long as you can get rid of the denominator get rid of the thirds on your denominator, it'll be fine. Okay, times root 2 over 2. So we have 3 root 10 plus 5 root 3. Make sure you put a bracket here because your entire thing times root 2. Okay, and over root 2 times root 2, which is just 2. Okay, and distributive property gives us 3 times root 10 times root 2, which is root 20, plus 5 root 6 over 2. And here, it's not it, because root 20 from a number sense, times table, 4 times 5 is equal to 20. So it's 3 times root 4 times 5 plus 5 root 6 over 2. Okay, so this is 3 times 2 times root 5 plus 5 root 6 over 2. All right. So the answer is just 6 root 5 plus 5 root 6. All right. 5 root 6 over 2. Okay. And last example of this section. Simplify the following by first rationalizing denominator and then using a common denominator. Okay. So we're going to first rationalize denominator. So here 3 over 2 root 5. 2 root 5. To rationalize it, we can just times root 5 over root 5. The plus, we've got 2 parts, so don't forget the second part. 2 over 5 root 3 times root 3 over root 3, okay? Now, we've got 3 root 5 over 2 times root 5 times root 5, which is 2 times 5, and the plus 2 root 3. On the bottom, 5 times root 3, which is 3. Okay, so I've got 3 over 5. Sorry, I mean 3 root 5 over 10 plus 2 root 3 over 15. Okay, we got it using a common denominator. All right, so to do that, it could make 30. Okay, 3 root 5 times 3 over 10 times 3 plus 2 root 3 times 2 over 15 times 2 to make the denominator 30. So 9 root 5 over 30 plus 4 root 3 over 30. Okay, and now you can combine the two fractions to make the final answer. 9 root 5 plus 4 root 3 over 30. Okay, I hope you enjoy it. And that's the end of the section 3D. Thank you.